Hi, I'm Madeleine McGraw, and I play Judith Davis in The Curse of the Necklace.
Hi, I'm Violet McGraw, and I play Ellen Davis in The Curse of the Necklace, and you're watching
Pop Culture with Pat.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. So I am so excited today to welcome back today's guests. Today I'm talking to Violet McGraw and Maddie McGraw about their new film, The Curse of the Necklace. Thank you so guys so much for coming back on the show today.
Thank you for having
Thank you
us.
for having us.
Yeah, it's always a treat having both of you guys on. So just to kind of start things off, I mean, obviously both of you guys have been working in the horror genre now for years on your own projects. Finally get to work together on this film. Just
Yes.
how did this opportunity come about for you initially?
So I've actually worked with a lot of these people before, the ESX, my little ESX family. And I was like at a dinner with my ESX family, and I was talking with Ali Afshar, who's a producer on this. He was like, "We have to do a movie with your sister because we've been trying to do that for so long, but it hasn't happened yet." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that is literally our dream. Let's make it happen." And then we were talking about the genre. We were like, "It should be horror." And then
Of
Here we
course.
he
are.
asked him not to be, he's like, "And you guys can be like executive producers on it," which is so cool.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And so, and then as far as the opportunity of actually getting to, make it happen, you guys working together, the schedules aligned. What was it like
Mhm.
actually getting to work with each other? Because obviously you guys are sisters, you guys see each other, all the time. But what was it like to actually work together on a film?
It was so cool. But at the same time, it was also kind of weird, because
We're
like
not used
we're
to
not used to it, us being on set working together. But it was so nice. I could just go over lines with Violet whenever I wanted. It was really cool to get to see her like process when it comes to emotional scenes or just, scenes in general.
it.
It was just really cool to get to see her working on her craft in person.
I, yeah, she would definitely take advantage of me with her lines. And
Well,
it was fine because I enjoyed helping her, and it would also help me because most likely I would probably be in that scene too. So it would help me out. And yeah, it was just great getting to watch Maddie as well. Like, it's very inspiring.
oh.
And before we go any farther, because I realized that there might be some spoilers in the interview, guys, where the film is out now. So I just want to give you a heads up before we do get any farther, into the interview here. But yeah, now, so as far as we'll start off with you, Maddie. So when it comes to working with Violet, what's something that Violet brings to her performance as a scene partner that you really appreciate? And then, vice versa, Violet, what's something that Maddie brings that you really appreciate?
That's a hard question. I love everything that she brings to working with me or everything that she brings to acting. Um, I would say when she gets emotional, like that swing scene, um, it was kind of hard for me at first to watch her act like that, like
Your
being
sister.
right there, yeah, and being her older sister, because I kind of just want to protect her and I don't want to see her cry. So watching her get emotional was probably the hardest part for me, because I feel like I want to help her, I want to take care of her, but she's very, very talented when it comes to doing those kinds of scenes. A little too talented, I'm gonna say. It made it really hard for me, but honestly, at the same time, it helped because it helped me get more emotional at the same time.
Yeah, Maddie, yeah, very talented. She's obviously super talented. And she brought a lot to the film, especially in those, well, spoiler, but especially in those possession scenes.
Thank you.
Those are
Oh
those
yeah.
are really scary. I honestly thought you were possessed in real life. And when I
Oh,
watched it in the theater, it was like it was really good. I loved that. Those scenes were really scary, but they were really well done.
oh yeah, there's nothing better than seeing a horror movie in the theater and just getting to experience it.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah,
I
that's so
say.
Absolutely.
You
true. There's
have to
nothing
watch a
like being in a
horror
movie
film
theater in general,
in the
like watching
theater.
such like a movie that you feel so immersed in.
Agreed. Yeah, and then I mean obviously because you guys I thought I saw did you guys get to do like a couple screenings where you got to like meet like fans and stuff like that for the film?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
we
was
got
so
to
fun.
we got to see the movie before, we got to see it at the premiere, and all of our friends were there, which was awesome.
Yeah,
And then we got to
support.
do a screening with a bunch of fans, and that was
That
such a
was
sick
fun. Yeah.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you guys get to do more of those in the future. I mean it
I
seems like
hope
it
so
would
I
be
hope so
too. That was
too. That
literally so
last one
fun.
was really,
My
really
favorite part was when they asked us questions at the end because
yeah,
I
the
love talking
Q&A.
to them.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
oh you guys had the yeah like a Q and A with like the
Yeah,
audience
Yeah,
yeah,
at
it
the
was
very
fun.
end.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Outside of getting to, work with each other, obviously that was, probably one of the big, selling points for you guys to work on the movie. But just in general, what were you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
most excited to work on the Curse of Necklace outside of just that part of it?
For me, can it be like scene
Oh
wise?
yeah, yep. Anything.
Okay. Of course, I was so excited to finally work with ESX Productions
Yeah.
because she's worked with them for so long and they are literally like family to her. And I was like, I want that relationship with them too. Like I love them so much too. I don't want to feel like a third wheel when I'm on set with her and her buddies. So we all feel like a one big family for sure, which I love so much. And that's so important when it comes to working on sets, especially on the Curse of the Necklace set, because we were working in a very short time frame with
17 days.
yeah, and
Wow.
on a lower, definitely low budget. So everyone working together made it so much easier to not stress and stay focused. And then my favorite scene was definitely getting to do the blood scene when Christina Moore, who plays Ruth, like I don't know, throws up blood on my face pretty much.
The road
Yeah.
was just
Yeah,
open.
and her throat was slit open. That was definitely the scene I was looking forward to since day one. I don't know why. I just wanted to be covered in blood so badly. And it was everything I had hoped for and more. I would do it all over again.
I think for me, it was obviously getting to see my ESX family for, I think, my fourth movie that I've done with them.
Yeah, and we see them every day now.
And it's so amazing. And I love them all so much.
Yeah.
They're truly like second family to me. And I think it's so funny. I've been in so many horror films and I like never been like had blood on me. So in that blood scene where I'm like holding the necklace, I got to be covered in blood. And I would honestly, it was very sticky and cold and it got in my eyes. And they're like, don't get it in your eyes or mouth. It's not mouth and eye blood. And I'm like, oh, that's a little scary.
Yeah, I'll say I've heard like with some of the stuff they use for filming for like fake blood and stuff like that. Yeah, not exactly it doesn't taste, the best and
Okay, yeah, for me, because it all got in my mouth, as you could tell
Oh, yeah.
in the scene.
How did you do that?
The special effects guy had warned me beforehand. He was like, so just so you know, it'll taste like soap. Probably don't want to swallow it. You are able to, but you probably don't want to, and you should probably spit it out.
I'm glad I didn't.
And I was like, okay, good to know. Thank you for telling me that beforehand.
yeah.
It tasted a little like soap. No, actually, it did taste like soap, and it was freezing cold, but it was nice because it was just I was so immersed in the fact that it was like so fun. I just had so much fun doing all of it. And then I literally forgot about this, but I made a TikTok in the blood that I still have to post.
Oh,
They'll
there
probably
you
get
go.
down because of the blood, but
That's
Oh,
okay.
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
people to see it. Because I was like, Mom, I have to make a TikTok while I'm covered in the blood. And they were like, Maddie, you need to shower. You're shivering. I was like, oh, please,
It
please, I
was
want to get this
really
on video.
cold, and it was in Atlanta. It was hot, but it was
Yeah,
freezing
but it was
when you're in
freezing
that
inside.
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, and I mean, it's cool that it's crazy to think that you guys, because yeah, you've done so many, projects now in the horror genre that you really haven't had like a moment where it's just like covered in
I know.
blood or
Exactly.
anything
And
like
like
that.
barely any stun scenes too. And so that was awesome that we got to do that in this
Our
movie
own
as well.
stunts.
Yeah.
But it was
We
a
got to
fun
do
like
all of them ourselves.
it was a fun experience getting to do all the blood and stuff like that. It
Oh
sounds like.
yeah,
It's very
1000%.
Was this one of the because you said it was 17 days that it took to like shoot
Yeah.
the film. So was this for both of you? Was this like probably like one of the shortest amount of times that you've had to film like a movie?
I'd say definitely the shortest.
I mean, it depends on the film and like how small the part is. But I would say for a whole movie that we're in like almost the whole time,
Yeah.
definitely the
17 days.
shortest.
I've never worked on a project
For
like
17
being
days.
us both being leads and it being a horror movie. I've never worked on a project.
17
Finished it and they practically edited it. Like they finished editing
And they
like
were
what,
they
maybe
edited
2
while
weeks
we were
after or
there
something.
because
Yeah.
it was.
That's
I
insane.
don't know how they did it, but it's impressive.
Props to all of them and everyone that worked on it. But that's what I think is so cool about like I don't know, closer projects like that.
Yeah,
Is that
something
if
stands out.
if one person on set is not cooperating or not doing their job right or doesn't enjoy being there, it doesn't flow. And so it
Yeah.
was so amazing that we had so many fantastic people and everyone was just blessed to be there and blessed to be around all these genuinely like kind people.
Mhm.
And then so it flowed easily.
Did it feel any different for you guys? Like as far as just like did it feel it's like, oh, we only got like 2 weeks to work on this thing, or did it
I mean,
I was
It
scared
honestly-
going into it because I didn't want to like be the person to like slow down or like, I don't know, mess something up, you know?
I wasn't,
Especially being a producer for the first time.
I wouldn't say I was scared to go into it, but I was, it was like excitement with a little bit of nerve because we've never been producers
Yeah.
before, like she said.
Felt a lot of pressure.
But I've worked with those people before and I was already super comfortable with them. So I can see how it would be different for her because she hasn't worked with them yet. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like you were like the middle child.
I felt like the middle child.
You are in real life.
Sort of, yeah.
There you go. You guys, you like you said, you had a great cast with the film. Both of you, there were some people that you've gotten to work with before. So what was it like getting to connect with those people again and just, work with them again on another movie?
Well, for me, because Henry Thomas, who played our dad, of course,
Yep.
she had gotten to work with him on The Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
So pretty much I felt like I was coming into her family, like because she's worked with all these people so many times before. But it's funny because me and Henry were actually talking about working in a movie together. He wants me to be in this movie that he wants to get made really badly, and I really want to be in it too. So it was just kind of crazy that he did this movie for us. I have so much respect, and I look up to him in so many ways. And he's just such a genuine, kind person as well. So getting to finally work with him was so awesome and just all around such a great experience.
For Henry, since I haven't worked with him since I was literally 6 years old, I believe, on the Haunting of
Wow.
Hill House, and that was actually really crazy getting to work with him again, and it was so sweet of him to come onto our project because he did not have to do that, but he did, and he's an amazing actor, and me and Maddie both enjoyed working with him a lot.
Yes, and then Sarah, who plays our mom,
Sarah
she
Lane,
literally,
oh my God,
literally instantly, she just became like an aunt
a
to
fun
us, like a
aunt,
fun
the
aunt.
best.
We were able to joke with her, be sarcastic with her. We had the best time. We literally, even in serious scenes, right after, we'd start messing with each other.
I love
And
That's
we like, I don't want to say played this game on set, but on and off set, Violet and her would try and scare each other. And
Oh,
Sarah is so
I
easy to
remember that.
scare. Sarah is so easy to scare. She's like me. She gets scared of like everything.
Maddie gets
And
scared.
so Violet scared her at the hotel we were staying at, and then
Oh,
she waited in the elevator or like right outside of it for us to come like over there, and then she got felt so good. It was
And
so
then
fun.
I got her outside of her car, and then
And trailer, right?
and no, and then I got her outside her hotel.
Oh, okay, outside
Because
her
we were like
hotel.
one away from each other.
Yeah, it was so fun. We had the best
who
time.
ended who ended up winning? Who got the most scares between like
Oh,
you
me.
guys?
Oh, you
Violet?
think?
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
say
That scare outside her car was good because Sarah didn't see her, and Violet was like just
And
standing there.
that
She wasn't
was-
even trying to scare her though.
I know, I was just like
She was
standing
just
there.
standing there, and Sarah like
just
screamed.
But I would say that was the first scare.
Yeah, that's what started it all. That's what started it all.
So, she wasn't expecting it at all. So that
And
was
plus, I mean, if it's like nighttime, you're out by like the car. It's
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
it was, we were all
Yeah,
coming back from
exactly.
work, and I was just there.
that's hilarious. I mean, you guys talked about too, like what was it like getting the opportunity to be executive producers, and what did you just kind of learn from getting to take on that role for this kind of film? And we could start with with you this time, Violet.
Honestly, I was so excited to be a producer, especially with my sister. And it was great having so much support from like all the
Christina Moore.
Christina Moore, yeah. If we ever had a question, we could always just ask her, call her, whatever, and she would always make us feel so much better about
Mhm.
whatever situation it was. And we had so much respect for everyone on set, but especially the producers. And our respect for them has just grown even more. And there is so much that goes on being a producer and on that side of things. Like there's like 3-hour calls and things like that. Like, oh my gosh, it was insane.
Yeah, we had calls like beforehand, of course, like pre-production.
Yeah.
We had so many calls every single day about everything you could possibly think of that goes into a project. Also the casting calls were so fun to be a part of because, we're usually on the other side of that,
Yeah.
the ones being cast. So it felt a little trippy being on that side, like us being able to cast people in our movie. I don't know. That's just so cool. And I would love to get to be a part of that on every production that I worked on, of course. But that's not always possible. That's why I will always be so grateful for this whole experience. And I would love to continue producing as well.
Yeah, I hope you guys both get the chance to continue doing that. That's something that you really had a lot of fun with, and like you said, I'm sure it probably just gave both of you a whole new perspective on things. It's like you
It
don't
really
really
did.
realize it until like you step into one of those roles, and you're like, oh wow, like there's a lot
Exactly,
that comes to
one
this.
hundred percent, 100%. Because of course we both knew how much work everything on set takes in. That's exactly what I was saying before. Like if one person isn't doing their job correctly, or things just won't flow.
Yeah.
So wow, our respect has just grown over during that whole entire process, for sure.
I've heard you guys that you had an experience with a ghost not too long ago. It was like some of the interviews that you guys were, doing for this. I'm curious, like, because have you guys ever had an experience like with the supernatural on any of your other movies or TV shows, or just like in general, like in life outside of this, or is this the first one?
For me, I don't think so. I think this is the first time.
I mean, something like that, definitely the first time. I've never seen a half of a body in a picture.
Appear in a picture that no one was a part of.
That was
Yeah.
creepy.
It
But
was
I saw
terrifying.
like the
I'm
photo
trying
of
to
it.
think. I feel like something happened on The Haunting of Hill House. We
That
had a
wouldn't
really
surprise me with that kind of like series.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh,
God,
that
I
show was
actually
so
do have
scary.
like a really not funny story. Um, but the soundstage of The Haunting of Hill House, the house, that whole thing was a soundstage. Like
Yep.
obviously not the outside, but the whole inside was a soundstage,
Which
which
is
is crazy.
crazy.
Um, but we were taking a tour in there. It was me, and then we had two other people that were coming in to like come support me, like my aunts and stuff, which was really fun. And we were giving them a tour in the dark. There were no lights on. No one was on that stage, I guess, that day. And we just hear this really loud bang in the soundstage in the dark. We all get really scared. And then they like turn on their phones and their flashlights. I didn't have a phone at the time. And then we also hear someone like start to run like up in the hallway. This is not a joke, by the way. I can't
I
believe I've
don't think you're
never,
kidding.
I cannot believe I've never shared this story, but that was terrifying. I think we heard someone in the kitchen.
I think it was definitely the bent neck lady.
Please don't say that.
Uh, yikes. Well, I'll share with you guys, and I'll make it quick. But years ago, I was like a freshman of high school. I went to there are these like old World War II bunkers that are about 45 minutes an hour from my house, and we went to go check them out. It was like me and two other people. We had brand new flashlights. Everything was ready to go. We get inside. We get to one of the rooms, and there's spray paint and stuff like all over the walls and candles and stuff like on the floor. And we get to this one room and all of our flashlights shut off at the same time.
No.
And then they didn't turn on for like a good minute, and then they all came back on at the same time. And so we were just like, yeah, all right, I think it's probably time to get out
It's
of
time
here.
to
Oh yeah, I would have left right
I
as that
wouldn't do
happened.
that.
That's
No way.
so scary. That was definitely a ghost. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh yeah, and it's like I'm not surprised, like because like where was he at, like an old like World War II like bunker. It's
Right,
like I'm sure
yeah.
there's probably stuff that happened way
Of
back
course.
when, but it's like
Seriously.
yeah, ever since then it's like total believer of like the supernatural and
Oh
Classic,
yeah.
classic ghost
See, that's
story.
that's what happens. Like once you actually experience it, there's just you have to believe in it. There's no way you can't. Because that just doesn't
I
happen.
believe.
working in the horror genre for years. I'm curious, does anything actually still scare you guys? Just because I mean, you've done so much like on these different sets. Does anything scare you in real life, like ghosts or anything like that?
I wouldn't say ghosts. I find them cool, but if I actually like saw a ghost, I would probably start crying. But I would say like my biggest fear is like spiders. So if
Oh,
it's
okay.
like a movie with like some weird creature, that's like probably what scares me.
I'm not I get scared easily,
Ugh.
but I don't say I have like a fear of many things.
Clowns.
Of course, I was just going to say that. Yeah. Clowns are definitely probably my biggest fear, I'd say. I just don't like them. I feel like they give really like killer murder vibes,
Oh
and
my.
I don't like it. Like Pennywise,
But you liked it.
Pennywise scares me, but like it was one of my favorite movies. So I don't know. I get scared, of course, but I would say it's not like a big fear. But I guess clowns
Still
probably.
creeps you out.
Yeah.
5% clown.
Clowns
Yeah.
definitely is something that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, Violet, I was just watching, was it yesterday or the day before? I was watching they had Arachnophobia on TV, like the movie with all the spiders. So I
No,
imagine you probably won't
Oh
no,
watch
my
that.
God.
no. Someone was just talking to me about that, and they're like, "So Riley, you can watch like any scary movie," and they like brought that up. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, except that one. I will not be watching that one."
I don't know how people like sit in those like those shows where they like sit in the tanks and they just like put all of the
Stop.
The
like
creatures and stuff on them.
snakes and yeah, I
Yeah.
could
I'd
never
rather
do
have a
that.
snake around my neck than a spider.
I've
I'd
had
rather
a
tiny
snake around
spider
my
on my hand. Same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. It's not something that's like I feel like I would willingly be like, oh yeah, let's go ahead and I've
Yeah,
had like
let's
a
do
snake in my
it.
neck, but that
No.
it's not. Yeah, no, that's not for me. Now, where you guys have both done a bunch of like horror too, if you guys could pick any franchise that
Oh, this
you
would be
haven't been
No.
in and you could get a starring role in it for a horror franchise, what would it, or even just like even if it's only had like a single movie, just what like horror movie or horror franchise would you guys want to be in?
For me, easily Scream.
Um,
Oh,
Easily.
that's a good one. I
Like
like Scream. Yeah.
no other movies come to mind when I
I'm
think
agreeing
of
with
it.
you. I'm agreeing
that's
with
like
you.
one of
At
my
least
favorite.
right now, that's all I can think
Yeah, I
of.
agree. I liked. Oh my gosh, I love the
But
Scream
those
movies.
movies are just, I literally love those movies so much because
Same.
my favorite genre is like murder mystery. And so I love that it's like murder mystery combined with horror, combined with some comedy. It's just like, it's like a perfect movie. I don't know. I
Yep.
love,
Love
I
Scream.
love, I love
Those
Scream.
are good
Yeah,
ones.
it's perfect right there. I've gotten to meet quite a few of the like the OG cast members, and
Oh,
I have
that's
Rose McGowan's copy of like her script from the original movie that I got
No
years
way.
ago.
Oh
And
my
I bought it
God.
offline and I didn't know if it was real at the time. And then I met her like a couple years ago and I was like, "Did you sell your script?" She said, "Yeah." And then she was like looking through it and it had like the dialogue on her pages was like bent and stuff like that.
Oh
And
my
so I
God.
was like,
That's
yeah, this is
so
it.
cool.
Yeah, so it's like, and I've gotten almost everybody from that cast like is like signed it. So that's like one of my like prized possessions that
that's
I'll
so
own.
cool.
And
Do
That's
not lose
awesome. Yeah,
that.
do not lose
yeah,
that script.
no, for sure. That's gonna stay with me, I think, for pretty much the
Yeah,
rest of my
I
life.
would literally put that on my shelf and never
In the
move it.
safe.
And you guys too, like you both done period pieces in horror movies. So I'm curious, what do you enjoy about getting to work on a project that is set in a different time period?
For me, it's probably gonna be the fashion and like also and also like the old phones. What are they called?
Rotary phone.
Rotary phones. Why can I never remember that?
It's
But it was
okay.
really cool. It was something that I was like, I was just randomly on set on the couch on the necklace, and I looked to the side. I'm like, I have never learned how to use one of these. And then Allie Afshar, one of the producers, was like, I'm gonna teach you how to use it. So I learned how to like call.
Spin.
It was really cool.
the
I actually
dial.
really enjoyed that.
For me, it's how much you get to learn about working in all these different time periods. Um, Also, of course, the fashion, but I just love feeling immersed in
The
that
cars, the
time.
vehicles.
Yeah,
Yep.
the cars, it's just everything,
So
everything that
beautiful.
goes into it, the cars, the fashion, the phones,
That
of
phone,
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
You just feel like you're stepping into like a completely
Yeah,
different
Exactly.
time
And
period.
And
it's
it
so
actually
cool
like
getting to do like kind of your homework, I guess.
yeah. I
Like
was just gonna say that.
before the necklace, all I listened to was 60s music. And JP, the director, he sent me these videos of teenagers talking in the 60s. And it's just cool to compare the differences from then and now.
Yeah, like using the phone and like seeing all the old fashion and the cars, it like somehow helped me really get into like
It
that
does. It
character
really
mode.
does.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, it's always fun just to kind of, do you guys, I don't know off the top of your head, do you have like a favorite decade that you've worked on like in a film? I know you've done like
I
70s, 90s,
honestly
I
think I've
believe.
only done the 60s in the necklace.
Well, whatchamacallit, wasn't The Haunting of Hill House, wasn't that in like the when you like the younger
Oh
version,
yeah,
wasn't that
was
in like
it?
that? I think that was the 90s, I think.
Yeah, that was
I was
If I
6.
remember
I don't
correctly. Yeah.
know.
that was 6. I
That's
don't know.
that's
Um,
fair.
for me, oh my God, that's hard. Probably so far the 70s, I guess,
70s.
because Black Phone, like, oh my God, that was so fun. And that's when I first learned how to use a rotary phone.
She was the one
Um,
step ahead.
yeah. And of course, like 70s music, I don't know, or hopefully 80s sometime soon because
Oh,
80s music
my
is my
God.
favorite music. And
That
I
would be
just
fun.
think the style was so fun. Like all the
I wanna
different
do
hair, everyone was so much more like they took so many more risks, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love the fashion from the
Yeah, it
music. I mean,
was
honestly, like everything from
yeah.
like
It's
it's
just
just
it's just such a I don't know. Even though I didn't grow up in that time, obviously, it feels so nostalgic for some reason. Like when I'm watching movies, I'm like, oh, I wish I could like know what it feels like to be in the 80s.
Stranger
Yeah.
Things is a really good example for that.
Exactly. Like every single one of my friends, we're all like, oh, to be a kid in that time, it just seems so like so cool. I don't know.
Back to haunting. Hang on. It was it was our younger selves, it was like the 90s.
Yep.
And then when it was our older selves, then they had like actual phones. So
The current decade. Yeah.
She's just processing that.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
Hey, that's fair. Like you said you were like, like 6 or whatever when you did it. So it's like
Yeah, that is fair.
that's a lot to, to remember. So I totally understand. And for you guys, I'm not going to ask like any specifics because obviously I know you can't give it away anything, but just, for Violet, for Megan too, super pumped to see that. What was it like just to be back on set just in general and just, filming that in general? Again, don't give away
It
anything,
was
but
so amazing to reunite with Allison Williams, one of my favorite co-stars ever in the entire world. She's lovely and one of the funniest people I've ever met. And can't say anything. I'm such
yeah.
a talker, but
I know I talk
it's
to.
going to be like really, really exciting. And I can't wait for everyone to see it. I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can't wait. And then obviously we got the Black Phone too, coming up too.
Yes, ugh, I want to say so many things, but it's so annoying that I can't. I don't want to, and see, I don't want to rush anything either because I want to film it so badly and I just want to be on set filming it. But at the same time, I want to appreciate how long it's taking and like my time on set, because then I'm gonna miss it when it's over.
And I robbed Megan too.
Yeah, and I'm gonna cry when we
Exactly.
grab the Black Phone too. But like, I want to be able to talk to people about the script and everything because it's so good and so
Yeah.
many unexpected things happen.
She visited me on my Megan 2 set, so hopefully I can visit you on your Black Phone 2
Yes,
set.
your
That would-
your thoughts come out whenever.
Okay,
That
thank
would
you.
be awesome. Yeah, I would say I would think we hopefully should be able to make that happen for you guys. And just like last question, as far as the spooky season is here, I know you
Okay.
guys like to do, go to like Universal Horror Nights and stuff like that. Is there anything else that you like to do just to kind of get in the mood for the season? Haunted houses.
Of
I
course, we
have-
decorate our house.
Yeah.
For Halloween.
I have an obsession with Halloween. It's actually bad. Like
is
last December,
Same
I was
here.
like, I can't wait for Halloween. In like Christmas, is
Literally,
just, like,
New
past,
Year's,
maybe 5 days
January,
ago.
yeah, January 1st, and she goes, I'm already
Horror
counting
Nights.
down the days till Horror Nights.
That's
I
me.
understand that. I understand that.
Like, something that I do is obviously the Horror Nights, but I'm also going to Orlando for the first time ever for Horror Nights there.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be so fun. I've been
went
there
there a couple of
already,
years.
so I can't wait to take
She's
her
gonna
around and show her
I'm a tour
around.
guide.
Yeah, but also of course, we do Halloween pajamas. It's like a tradition in our family, and then we always watch The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yep.
That's a question.
That's a lot of fun. Yeah, no, next year, which I'm hoping I can make it down because next year the Universal Florida is opening up the other parks that they're doing.
yes.
Oh yeah!
Oh my God.
I'm
so
so
excited.
Horrorland, where it's like the Universal Monsters, which there's like a big castle, there's like a roller coaster and stuff. So like I can't wait to check that out.
I literally-
will walk there.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. I hope I get to go too.
Yeah, it's like Super Mario, How to Train Your Dragon, another Harry Potter like extension of like
Oh
that.
my God, I'm
land.
so
I
excited
didn't
for
know
that
that.
So it's like it's gonna be
Oh
insanely
my God, it's gonna be
but
sick.
it'll be a lot of fun. And then yeah, just is there anything else that you guys would like to say about just again just working on like the film and where can people keep up to date with your work moving forward?
We both have Instagram, of
Yeah.
course. Mine is Madeleine McGraw.
Violet McGraw.
And-
TikTok.
Yes, The Curse of the Necklace is a project that means so much to us, and
So great.
we hold it in a very close place in our hearts, and it means a lot to the people. It means a lot to us, to the people that go and watch it in
We hope
theaters.
you guys go watch it.
And
in
it's also
theaters.
coming out on Tubi, I think October thing.
Toward like the end of October. Well, perfect. I mean, it's coming out right in the heart of spooky
Yeah.
season, so everyone can check it out. Well, Maddie, Violet, it's always an honor to have you guys on the show. It's always a ton of fun having you guys on. So thank you guys so much for your time, and obviously, I can't wait to catch you guys in the future for your next projects.
Thank you.
you
We
so
can't wait
much.
to talk to you again. Hi, I'm Madeleine McGraw, and I play Judith Davis in The Curse of the Necklace.
Hi, I'm Violet McGraw, and I play Ellen Davis in The Curse of the Necklace, and you're watching
Pop culture with Pat.